finish stopping recording, so I'll start here again. Okay, this is misbehaving. Look at this. Look at what I've got here. What is going on here? I got a wiped out screen. Let me close this out. Reload it. Now it looks good. Okay. Computers do funny things. Okay, let's see what happened. Okay, too nice defense. Time for some fun chess. I've got in my video playlist how to play the openings. A couple weeks ago or so I made two videos, one on this variation and one on this variation. Three bishop c5, and I already have one on bishop e7, the Hungarian defense, which is simple to learn, a good starting point. It stops the pins of bishop g5. It defends against the threat of knight g5. Very easy to learn, but if you want to invest the time, and you do have to invest the time, if you really want to get good, you can learn openings. And there's a lot to this line. Let's see what they do. So this is the main line. Okay, now black should play d5. But bishop c5 is also playable. Okay, now white should take. So here's where we start diverging. Knight takes is the riskier move because, you know, white might decide to play the fried liver. Knight a5 is the popular move. Knight d4 is a tricky move. b5 is very interesting. So black has some choices here, and he chooses this. Now the most common move is this. I like this, and the analysis is covered in my video.
Check.
Now this is played. Usually black plays c6, and then black has a whole bunch of open diagonals for his bishops, and his queen has some activity, and white's up a pawn. But notice one thing, white hasn't done anything over here at all. So, you know, for the pawn sacrifice, black's ahead in development. He protects. And white decides to go 2 pawns up. But there's a flaw with that, at least that I can see. What's protecting this? Okay, what am I missing? What's protecting this? What am I missing? I mean, I miss stuff all the time. Amazing. I don't see what I'm missing. You know, these guys aren't helping. This isn't helping. These aren't helping. d6. Am I missing that? Let's see. I mean, I can't see how black is any worse off. Maybe he is. Let's see. Fascinating. Sometimes these things just come up here and surprise the heck out of me. Let's see. White's ahead. White's ahead. No, black's ahead. Well, he's going to get this bishop back. That's the problem.
Check.
And this pawn is in danger. This knight is in danger. So if you come back here, we have this. White's up 2 pawns, but I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Here. So we have this check, but we don't want to lose this knight. Here. This is a crazy line. Now comes the check.
Check.
And I think black is winning that piece back. Now that's a long-winded line. So I'm gonna ask the question here. I mean, I don't know if this is book or not. Okay, I don't. It's an offbeat line. But here, notice that white made this capture. He gained 11 seconds on his clock. Okay, that means he took 34 seconds on this move. So if it's not a book line, white couldn't have, that would explain why white dropped this bishop. Now black in turn takes 13 minutes and castles. So black had to see bishop takes. Okay, so we're gonna respect black with a 1685 rating. Both sides are good enough to beat me if I'm not paying attention and don't try, or I'm not trying to degenerate them or anything. I'm saying if I don't play my best, it's easy to get overconfident and careless. But for the moment, black has an extra piece for 2 pawns. This is the only move I can see to try to get it back. Now, let's see. Check. I'm just trying to do something different. Well, knight c6 is meant by this. But, if I was accurate with this line, check. See, for the moment, what's happening? White's a pawn ahead. Maybe he shouldn't get greedy and grab that b pawn. Maybe he should just castle. But still, one of the ideas in the 2 knights defense for black is to sacrifice a pawn and get ahead in development. He's certainly ahead. So, this video is mainly made for ChessRooklift and ChessRooklift. It's mainly meant for them. And, of course, you guys can benefit from it too, that are watching it. Okay, so he thinks for a long time and he castles. And it's not a bad move. This is available, but I don't know, there might be some trouble. This knight on the rim may be lost. Okay, bishop takes. I guess he could take back with the knight. Then he's hitting the queen and this knight. I don't know, it's very, very tricky. So here we're going to take back with the knight. Very good. And it appears white's losing a piece. So here I thought white was winning a piece. I'm going to counterattack that. Clever. Okay, I would just take this. Let that queen go running. And I'm going to throw a check at you. Check. Kaboom. Good job, black. Okay. You went out and grabbed 2 pawns, and your king has to move. Okay, so let's go threaten checkmate to see what happens. Now we have to cover this square. We can move the d pawn, but that hangs this. Almost have to play g3 here. But this looks like white's in trouble. A lot of trouble. Check. King up. Check. King back here. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Check. I'm going to check here. Okay. Check. I could just transpose. Now, all we have to do is figure out how to get this rook here. Okay, right? So we could play queen f3, or we could even play knight e5. That's threatening a nasty check. So here's playing for mate. But I don't know. This obviously is a mate threat. White's going to have to move his d pawn here. We'll come back and look at knight e5 in a moment. Now he just wins a bishop, and the mate threat's at least handled. But white's losing this now. So black's move worked. I don't know. I was partial to knight e5. Guess he could try this, but I don't know. This is check. This is grim. Let's see. King up is met by checkmate. That. King here We got all kinds of discoveries. And double checks even. Let's see. Let's do this one.
Check.
Now back, that's walking into mate.
Checkmate.
So we got to come out. Now forget the rook. Let's go for the king.
Check.
Now amusing position. Look at the white king. How often do you see that, huh? Black has a knight and a bishop on pre. Let's give up the bishop.
Check.
Okay, now look what we've done to that poor king. So let's check him again.
Check.
And let's check him again. I guess that's forced.
Check. Check. Checkmate.
All that wasn't forced, but that's what happens on a knight e5. I guess white's way was quicker, or black's way was quicker. You know, this is just gruesome. But I say play for mate. Have you heard me say that? Oh, we get mate right now. There you go. Do you see it? Or did white resign before he could play it? Yeah, white resigned before he could play it. Well, that was a fun game by black. So, what did white do wrong here? What white did wrong was grab that pawn. I mean, queen e2 I like. So, you know, the theory on this is out there. It's not my responsibility to sit here and show you what theory says. It's your responsibility to learn it, because you're the one that's playing this line. Okay? If you're going to play this line, you got to know it. There's no two bones about it. You got to know these lines. Oh, how do you learn that? Well, you go buy a book, The Two Knights Defense, and you do some research. And then, if you're willing to get good, you back up your book with ChessBase, and get their their big database. Most recent one I have goes through December of 2016 and has 6.5 million games or 8.5 million games. You'll have chess for the rest of your life. You don't want to pay 150, 180? It's real simple what you do. You open up Google and you type free online chess database. And let's see, what I'm thinking of is like Chess 20. No, it's not Chess 24. I can't think of what it's called, but there's several of them. And to use it, well, guess what? It's real simple. You got to, I think, create a username and a password and register it by email. Then when you go back, you log in. Then you just save your password in the browser so you don't have to log in wherever you keep record of your passwords. So if it erases it, you have a way to get it back and get back in there. So now that you have access to the databases, you can see how many times certain moves were played in certain positions, okay, and what their result was. You might find 10 games from this position. I don't know. Maybe white played queen takes 8, e5, 7 of them. Okay, but it's a definitely, it's a fascinating position. He took this pretty quickly, and we're going to give props to ChessRooklift for the castling. I mean, it's certainly a great move. I mean, it unpins the bishop. He's getting ready to play bishop d6 and then plant this rook here with or without a pin. Stop white from castling. White's got issues here. This just said come attack me there. So he counterattacked, but now his king is exposed. Check. So that leaves one other issue. Maybe what white needs to do is go here. That doesn't mean he's any better off, but at least his rook covers e1 and his king protects c1. So now if queen e7, which does threaten checkmate, by the way, he may have this defense. And, you know, white's 2 pawns up. Black has the initiative and development in his favor. White's going to have to prove that he can consolidate his position and eventually score with the extra 2 pawns. That's a tall order, very, very tall order. It was a fun game and well played by Black. And you know, we're going to definitely give him props because he took his time. Now let's look at that final position again. So let me go. I have to revert first. See, you know, look at White's clock. I mean, how can he allow? How did he allow this? It's because he did not take his time. You know, queen takes e5 was one of the most critical moves. Like I say, if it's book and it works, it didn't work here. Okay, maybe it works. Maybe there's a way to make it work. I don't know. I can't answer everything. I can recognize mistakes when I see them and suggest alternatives. This is how you get better at chess. Anyway, my voice is starting to take a nosedive here. So, why do most people lose? Because they moved. Yeah, very good. That's exactly why they lose. Hallelujah, cat. If you move too fast, you didn't consider all the possibilities. Then you say, well, I can prove that wrong. Hikaru Nakamura. Watch him play bullet. Yeah, okay. I've seen him play bullet. The man's a machine. I mean, you know, he's very likely the strongest bullet player in history. You know, I mean, you can argue how great Fischer, Kasparov, and so forth are there. Well, you know, why aren't they? Well, Fischer can't, but why isn't Kasparov out there doing it on the internet? But you can watch him all you want. You can love what he does, but can you do it? The answer is no, you can't. I can't either, and I'm not going to try. So, you know, it's funny. I mean, nothing against Hikaru, but he goes on his Twitch channel. He gets 200 people watching. You know, at ICC, I've been following him since he was a kid. See his handles. I think now he's Capitolino Bridge, unless he changed it again. Before that, he was Smallville. And then 15 years or so ago, he was Year of the Rabbit. And, you know, he would log on and everybody had people. You can put somebody on a notify list at ICC. When they show up, you hear a little beep. And then you can automatically, I think, set it to where if you want to follow Nakamura, as soon as he starts a game, it'll take you. And, you know, all of a sudden, boom, there he is. And then you look and there'll be 20, 30, 40, 50 people there instantly that they're doing the same thing as you are. And you sit there and watch him put on a clinic. And how did that help your chess? Well, it didn't. So unless you can move fast as Nakamura, you're better off with me because I'll cover these slow amateur games. You know, we don't want to study grandmaster games. And a lot of people disagree with me on that. I don't care. It's my opinion. See, you know, in the amateur games, you know, we see winning variations. Just like we looked at some different moves and alternatives. Well, they don't get these kind of chances in grandmaster games. They're sitting there playing close to perfect moves. We want to see games similar to what we play. In other words, people that are going to play like the people who play against others would probably play the same way against us. And we look at the things they did wrong and we try to capitalize. And, you know, like say, Black did a wonderful job here. I mean, this is just beautiful the way he took White down. But, you know, White won 2 pawns. You know, if it weren't for the mate, let's see, I guess it wasn't white's move. If it weren't for the mate, and he can take this bishop, he's still 2 pawns up. But no, not going to happen. So anyway, I would love to keep talking. My schedule tomorrow, when I go offline, it shows my schedule, and I don't know why it booted me off earlier. Had a really good hour session with my friend, but you know, I'm learning, and this is learning curve. I think I'm completing my, what am I completing? My 3rd week tomorrow. Sounds about right. And let's see, what do I have coming up here? I'll tell you what I have. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About 10 more games, maybe 11. 10 more games on Team 45 League. They're all going on YouTube. I posted some more this morning, and there'll be more to come. I think I got through the, let's see, how far did I get? I think I got down to Swag. I played the first one I did yesterday. I got that one uploaded. Swagdick Pegasus. I made videos for, of course, all the ones up, you know, Beetlejuice, Zugzwang, Lauren Parr. I did all these videos. Maybe there's one missing. Somehow I didn't record. All the way up to now, ChessRooklift, whatever his name was, Aprender. I did those, and they'll come up on YouTube as soon as I can. And then, so I'll be done with these, and I'll get some from the Dan Heisman Learning Center. And, you know, I've been experimenting as we learn this, as I learn this Twitch, and I have my setbacks too, just like we do in chess. You know, today it stopped my broadcast, and you know, if that wasn't bad enough, then it didn't give me my video. Maybe I can. No, I can't recover it because it stopped my broadcast. See, Twitch records your broadcast, and it'll save them a couple weeks. So, you know, but I don't think I can get it. Well, it's not that important. But you know, hang with me. Hang with me when you can. You know, this is you're gonna get a lot from this. And that's my idea. You know, I want you all to get better than me and teach me something, huh? What can you teach me? All right. Well, you guys, folks, you have a wonderful evening. Let's see how many are in this chat. I've got 5 or 6 of you now. Welcome. Hi. You have a wonderful evening, and I will be back 5 p.m. Pacific time. And we're gonna have a lot of fun tomorrow too. I can promise you. Okay. Take care.